£150,000 funding pot to mark the 75th anniversary.
Well, the Tory MP for Broxlow, Darren Henry, joins us now. Darren, morning to you. Your family were part of the first wave, I think, that came here 75 years ago. Tell us more.
Oh, good morning. Thanks very much for inviting me on. By the way, I'm the first Conservative MP of West Indian heritage, and I'm very, very proud of that. My parents came here, my mum in 1965 by boat and my dad in 1961 by plane. And they came here, they were proud, they wanted to work hard and get on in life, and that's what they achieved.
Was the reception always warm and welcome, Darren? Because we know there's been those stories about signs in various windows in London homes saying, we probably don't need to go into the detail, but no Irish, no gypsies, and I think I could be blunt, it said no blacks.
Absolutely, and we did have that. We had the prejudice, and of course the people from the West Indies, they came here coming to the motherland, so it was quite a shock, the mother country, Great Britain, to get that kind of reception when they got here. My own parents, who wanted to work hard and get on, my dad was working night shifts in a factory at Vauxhall Motors, my mum was working 2 to 10 shifts, they were passing night shifts in the night, and they were doing that because they wanted to own their own home. So they came along to a house, wanted to buy it, sorry, not there. The same story everywhere they went, until a white solicitor then inquired about a home, and guess what? They were available. So we have our own personal experience of that. What's the response to that? To be resilient, to carry on, and they always owned their own home when I grew up, and they got on in life. And things have changed now, we've moved on.
Darren, when did you decide you wanted to become an MP?
Well, I was served in the Royal Air Force, and of course that's really important given that it's Armed Forces Week this week. I served for many years, and of course many of the people from the Caribbean came over here. When you're talking into the 60–70% came here having served in the armed forces and wanted to rebuild this country after the war. That's what they came here to do. Myself, it was all about, I was in the forces. I believe in, defence of the realm is our priority for this country. I didn't feel I needed to be political when I was in the services. I mean, that's something that people do now. But when I left, I was a logistics officer, and I worked briefly in business as a general manager of a food distribution company, and found that I wasn't really a business person. I liked public service. So I became a councillor, ran a youth club, and became a county councillor, and now an MP. So that's my journey. But why Conservative? Because my parents worked really, really hard, all those night shifts and everything else. And I think if you work hard, you should be able to get on in life. And that's a principle I hold by, and that's why I'm a Conservative MP.
And Darren, did your mum and dad, are they glad they made that decision to come here?
Absolutely, absolutely. This was the land of opportunity. And of course, that's exactly what they found when they came here. They were able to get on. Yes, there were bumps in the road, there are setbacks, but they were very, very resilient. And I put part of that through the engagement that the Caribbean people did with this country, and some fantastic role models like Sir Trevor McDonald that came here. It showed people that, we are just people, and, we have hopes and dreams as well. And we live in a country, Great Britain, where those hopes and dreams can come true. My parents found that. I'm very proud of them for delivering on that in their lives.
Where are we at now, Darren, do you think, in terms of racial equality and getting rid of discrimination in the UK? We heard, I think, yesterday that Angela Rayner is going to be the diversity czar for the Labour Party. Right. Does that feel a little bit outdated to you now?
I think it is, personally. I think, true leadership should be, from the Prime Minister down, or whatever field you're in and you're acting as a leader. The equalities is something that you should think about. Your duty of care is something that you should think about as a manager, regardless. Why have a separate person just thinking about, the plight of black people? I just think it's inappropriate. We're part of the fabric of society. We're inclusive. And there are setbacks and there are issues, but it's how you respond to that. You're in a country now where you can flourish and that is fantastic. My parents did, and I hope to emulate that.
Darren, just finally, I bet your mum and dad were very proud of you becoming an MP.
Well, they visited Parliament, and it is a very, very special place. And I'm always thinking that. And my parents think that because they've watched everything on television all these years, and now I'm here. But I'm here to make a difference. I've had a career. I've had 3 careers now. You know, my children are growing up now. I'm 100% focused on working hard for my constituents, but I actually feel I have the tools to do it. My parents know that, and so you know, they wish me well, and they've enjoyed their visit to Parliament.
All right.
Super, thank
Lovely
you.
to talk to you. Darren Henry, who's the Conservative MP for Broxtowe. Thanks for joining us.